welcome back to the channel. This is Faith, the Course Divine Faith Tarot, and this is going to be your energy reading for the month of September. Now, this reading can be for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or if you are a life path number 1 or a life path number 4, then this reading could also resonate for you. Okay, I will be working on getting out the other monthly horoscopes videos as the days go on, because I know tomorrow I also need to take care of weekly horoscopes. Okay, so do not fret. I am coming to your doorstep with your reading as soon as I can. Anyway, so yes, let's take a look at the energy coming through, and that'll be that. Okay, excuse me. I am getting a name. I'm hearing an Ivan, Ian, something with the letter I. I'm also getting mystic, mystical, or this may possibly, I think the Mystics is possibly a WNBA team. I don't know why that energy came up. Yes. I'm also getting Cocker Spaniel. So some of you guys could definitely be getting like a small dog, or you could be looking at dog breeders during this month of September. Okay, some of you may have actually had a Cocker Spaniel whenever you were younger, and you may be seeing dogs, or this dog particularly, in your dream, or just seeing a dog in particularly in your dream. Okay, so it may definitely like catch you off guard, because you may be feeling like, what the hell does this mean? But we'll see if it comes out in the cards. All right, let's see. First card out, we have the Moon in reverse, phobia. Some of you guys are dealing with body issues. I just heard body dysmorphia. Some of you are like hiding away because of something dealing with your body. I actually do feel like some Leos are definitely hiding a pregnancy, because that is coming through very strongly, or there is a pregnancy being hidden from you. Okay, now it may possibly be a sister, because I get very feminine energy, or it could even possibly be a best friend. I'm not sure why this person is like ashamed, or they just don't necessarily want to tell you this. Some of you Leos, it could even possibly be a daughter that some of you have to be very careful, especially if you have a daughter in high school, because I'm getting high school grades. So some of you should be very mindful about this, okay? That's not going to resonate for everybody, but it did just come through. But even with the number 18 here associated with the moon, we also do have the vibe as well of enemies. Some of you may be making some sort of enemy when it pertains to your school. But there's also this energy coming through where some of you may feel like that you're out on a ledge by yourself. It could be a vibe where you feel like that people are not checking up on you as much as you would like. But I'm also getting some type of animosity that you may possibly have towards a mother. It's coming through like a mother is either playing favorites, or she may possibly be buying something made for a sister and is bothering you big time. Even if it's not a mother, there's some type of figure or person that you're bothered by, because you feel like this person is like I said, like it's discarding you in some type of a manner, and you don't like it. However, you're afraid to speak up, because with this moon energy in reverse, I am getting the vibe like a mind is a terrible thing to waste, but I'm also getting this energy here as well. It does feel like that you are suppressing your emotions because you just don't want to piss somebody off. Rather it be, like I said, mother, sister, sibling, or it could even possibly be a relationship, family member, whatever. With the moon energy coming here and tied to the 4th house, that would make sense. But I said some of you guys could be having dreams about some sort of pet that you had whenever you were younger. I'm not sure what happened with said pet, but for some reason it will be coming through. Some of you may have already had a dream about this, and you're still trying to figure out what the hell does that mean. There's a website that I normally use to interpret dreams. It's dreammoods.com. Really good website. So some of you guys could possibly bookmark that or look up your dream meanings on that website, okay? It may be able to help you, okay? Or just take some time to the side and let your intuition guide you on what it could mean. Okay? But definitely, phobias are getting the best of you right now. Some of you, this will relate when it comes to a partnership or potential partnerships. Of course, with the Cancerian energy here, the moon in reverse gives me, of course, the moon is going to be moody anyway, duh. But with this moon energy in reverse, I'm kind of getting this vibe where someone is playing on your emotions. Like this person knows how to get to you to make you feel sorry for them, and they're using that. And some of you guys, it's like your intuition is blocked as well. Like you may have picked this up before, but you may be feeling like, maybe I'm tripping, maybe I'm just crazy. Okay. There also is a creative block as well for those of you in the creative arts or in the field of arts. So if you're in a Venetian type of field, and let me tell you, Venus has a lot of fields under his belt. So you're going to have to Google that and look it up. There's a lot. I don't even know. Isn't there like 9 muses or something like that if we want to go to Greek mythology, and they all have their own particular field. And then who knows, those particular fields may also branch off. So there's a lot. I don't know why I want to say the number 26. So some of you may be dealing with somebody whose birthday is on the 26th, or who knows, maybe your birthday is on the 26th. It has to be July, because otherwise I don't know how you be a Leo. But then again, you could be like maybe a Leo moon or a Leo rising. Okay. Excuse me. It's weird how there's a dog and a wolf. A husky. I just got it. Okay, so it could be a Cocker Spaniel. It could be a husky. Maybe some of you guys are even possibly getting that particular dog breed, a husky. But I only said that because it makes me think, I think the husky belongs to the wolf family. I could be wrong. But it's kind of giving me that energy. But also, it kind of comes across like the energy of missing home. Because, I don't know, maybe I'm just imagining things, but it kind of gives me that vibe with the wolf howling at the moon. It's like, in a way, looking for direction. But again, I'm associating this with the 4th house, the house of home. So that would make sense, what I'm picking up energetically, that some of you guys also are missing home, whether it be a person, whether it be a place, thing, or idea, something at some point that made you feel comfortable and you had to let this go because you may have definitely went on some type of journey. Some of you may have went on a journey possibly in a wrong direction, but it does give me this vibe as well where you also are trying to remain strong. You're not trying to show that you are like in pain. Speaking of pain, some of you Leos are also dealing with health issues that may even possibly deal with the chest, the stomach, because moon, the breast, okay? But also Cancerian energy will be connected to the stomach as well. So some of you guys may be dealing with those particular issues. Ulcers could even be what you're dealing with as well. So I would just say be very mindful when it comes to fried food. Some of you guys are definitely not eating enough vegetables. But that's the thing that some of you Leos have to stop doing. You have to stop getting so comfortable with your pain that you just be like, I'm not going to worry about it. You should worry about it. Whether the pain is when it comes to health or rather the pain is when it comes to people hurting your feelings or whatever the situation could be. Some of you actually may have switched careers from a creative career to something else, and now you want to go back. Hence why you're kind of like howling at the moon because you want to go back home. But it almost gives me a vibe. You may be signaling to the pack in a way, but you're not saying it. Some of you are even possibly, you may have had some type of psychic connection with somebody. So in your mind, you may be thinking like, oh my God, how have you not picked up on it? Have you not realized that something is wrong with me? Well, damn, I can't read your mind all the time. I got my own shit going on. You got to speak the hell up. So some of you have to be very mindful about expecting someone to be reading your mind. But this may be also happening to you. Somebody may be doing this to you where they're expecting you to read their mind, or you both are doing it to one another. Knight of Swords. Yeah, something has slowed down. But I feel like this energy is also saying that you need to slow down, which I talked about it before. For those of you that are having dreams that just don't make any sense, if it still doesn't make any sense after you try to look up the meaning on Google, take a step back and try to tap into your intuition. It'll guide you. But if you don't learn how to quiet your mind, everything is just going to seem, fuzzy, muffled, whatever you want to call it. Okay? With the Knight of Swords in reverse as well, I do see some of you Leos will be feeling a bit sad, disappointed, because you are unable to go home if you're in the military. Or some of you, unfortunately, this could be a vibe where someone may have to prolong their stay where they're at if they're in the military by a couple of years. So I could totally understand why that would be very sad. And you're howling out to the moon because you just want somebody, to come save you or come try to understand, empathize with you and see why you're feeling the way that you're feeling. It's totally understandable. Okay? But this, it's like a particular thing that you thought was going to bring you progress. It has slowed down substantially. And so now you're in the moon in reverse, and you may even possibly be in the energy where you're maybe like self-sabotaging. Yeah. Because you're trying to figure out what happened. How did I get from here, 2018? Some of you guys, if you were in a creative field in 2018, you may definitely feel like I was at the height or I was making great progress, and then boom, enemies. And I feel like that's exactly what happened. You let your enemies get the best of you, or you stopped, or, like I said, some sort of blockage to your creativity came through, and it's like you couldn't get out of it, so some of you Leos may even possibly have been going through some sort of depression since October or June, February. October, February, or June. So October 2020, February 2021, June 2021. Could have been the months. Lord. Anyway. Yeah. Temperance. That happens. You're too easily manipulated. Some of you guys, not saying that this is you in general, but right now I am seeing you are in a weak moment, a weak period, which is abnormal for you. Some of you Leos may even possibly have Cancer, Virgo, Sagittarius, or like double Leo in your chart. So there's this energy here where, like I said, you've been bamboozled, which is what knocked you off of your path. Because this almost gives me a vibe as well of like some Leos wanting to have their hands in everything because you're being hyped up, or people are making it believe that you can do everything under the sun and you don't have to give up anything else. And that's not true. You got to give to get. And some of you are under the impression that you don't have to give up anything to get everything. That doesn't make any sense. This is a lack of balance within self. There also is a situation where it's not mixing anymore like it was. Or at least, well, it does feel like this. This may be something that you are still spewing over that happened in the past. Gemini energy is coming through. I just got that. Some of you Leos miss a Gemini. Gemini moon, Venus, or Mercury. I don't get a Gemini sun. I feel like moon, Venus, or Mercury is coming through. Okay, or you may be dealing with somebody with that particular placement. Okay. But for you, it's like it's not flowing anymore. You don't really know how you feel about this particular person or this particular connection. I'm hearing cum laude. Isn't that like a graduation thing? Some of you are failing right now if you're in school. And it may not necessarily be failing in terms of like F's. It could be failing in terms of like you're doing a lot worse than you normally would, because it does look like you're distracted. Your attention is being pulled elsewhere. But I also do get this vibe as well. Some of you really just want to take a break. But some of you also need to take a break. There's exhaustion on this board. And I feel like the exhaustion, like I said, is coming from a place of you're trying to get yourself out of this creative block. So you're trying to do everything that you can get your hands on. And it's pulling you further and further and further away from your center where you need to be. I also am getting a relapse. Some of you Leos may be dealing with somebody, romantically speaking, who has some sort of addiction. And I definitely am seeing a relapse has already happened, or it will be happening. Or this may possibly be a family member. But there is definitely some vices or some addictions on this board that some of you guys need to get to the bottom of, or need to get a handle on. Luxuries, buying luxuries could even possibly be an addiction. Trying to look a certain type of way in the public. So with that being said, you're wasting money on things that really essentially don't have that much of a value. So this gives me a vibe like some of you guys definitely need to reevaluate your priorities, because you're not on the right track right now. And I feel like you're not on the right track because you've listened to the wrong person. Somebody gave you the wrong advice, sold you a dream, and you ran with it. And now we're here. And that makes sense because we also do have the number 5, the energy of communication. And like I said before, 5 is relating to Taurus, which also relates to Venus. So that makes sense why I was getting the material things that are like a waste of money. Now, I'm not talking about self-care. You know, I get that. Self-care, needing to, like, you know, get your hair done and stuff like that. But some of you are definitely overdoing it big time. Yeah. 3 of Swords, the disappointment. Some of you are not in the same place that you grew up in, because I see a disconnect from your community. But some of you are going through this right now. You're feeling a disconnect from your community, or some of you, honestly, let me be honest, you're feeling a disconnect from like your race. I mean, I do get that big time. Likely because of betrayal, or likely you feel like you just can't relate, or likely because of the fact you feel like that they're not accepting of you. Some of you, I definitely feel like will be trying to date outside your race, probably this month. Some of you are definitely really thinking about it, but it almost gives me the vibe as well. Some of you may have wanted to do this, you know, sooner, but you were talked out of it by, you know, certain people because they're like, no, it doesn't fit with who you are or what you look like. And that's what I get. Some of you Leos got steered towards the wrong direction by letting somebody else dictate your path. And now we're here. And I feel like it's somebody that you regard as like a family member. Or this is somebody who you have kids with, because some of you have gotten off of the path because of somebody that you have kids with as well. I hate to say it, those of you that are in separation, or you're just not in a good way with the father or mother of your child, I do get this vibe where it's almost just like, wow, I regret even having a child by you, because you feel like that your life would have been so much more different, or you would have been able to do something else if that wouldn't have transpired. Well, they're here. They're here, and it's not the kids' fault that the parents can't get along. Okay. Anyway, I can't really say with this 3 of Swords in reverse that is really giving me a third party, but the energy that I'm getting here is now that you've gotten yourself off the wrong, now that you've gotten yourself onto the wrong path, some of you now are refusing to find a way to get back on the right path. Like there's something in you that feels like, I'm not doing the right thing. I'm not going in the right direction. But yet at the same time, your stubbornness keeps pushing you forward. With the Hierophant in reverse, see, normally the Hierophant upright is a blessing to whatever he touches. But in this instance, it's just like wreaking havoc. Somebody just comes in, they're just always knocking shit over. Some of you Leos feel like that about somebody who comes in and out of your life. But in this month of September, I do feel like that this person is out of your life. However, you're operating, you're still living as if this chaos is still there. I am like stuttering today, but whatever, you know. Anyway, see, double 5s. Lack of communication, lack of proper communication. And again, like I said before, some of you are not doing good in school, not doing good when it comes to focusing on your work, your projects. That can possibly be why some of you maybe are wanting to get a pet, because you want a confidant, because a marriage also could be ending for some Leo placements. Some of you are definitely fearful that somebody doesn't want to marry you. And this is probably somebody where it's been maybe a breakup, get back together type of thing. Yeah, you're not on the same path as somebody as much as you want to be. And that's probably where the heartbreak comes from, because it's the truth that you just don't want to hear. Some of you got married too fast, and I see you're regretting it. Maybe that's why you miss somebody from the past, because what you complained about, now you're realizing like, wow, it wasn't that bad at all. Now I'm dealing with somebody and they're just giving me a hard time. Or like I said, even for those of you that are single, you may still be having that same recollection like, wow, that complaining that I did, it really wasn't that bad, was it? Now that I see what I'm having to deal with on this dating scene. But there's this energy where you're unable to go back because it was just too much disappointment or heartbreak. Some of you guys may have took things as red flags that may have not necessarily been red flags. They could have just simply just been differences. And at that time, you really didn't know how to accept that they were differences. But even for those of you, like I said, that are separated from somebody, you know, I still get this vibe where it's still, regardless, you guys are just not on the same page when you come together. Like when you're apart, everything looks good now. Everything's like, oh my God, why you couldn't do that whenever you're together? But as soon as you guys come together, all that progress goes out of the window. And that should tell you right then. Are they really concerned about making changes or being better? Or is it just a matter of, you know, I can be better, you know, whenever you're not in my life, but as soon as we come back together, it's almost like they're not really being appreciative of you. So some of you have to be very mindful about this particular character. And again, could be a water sign. The Magician. Yeah. Communication, communication, communication. Verbiage. Speaking of me having troubles talking, some of you Leos will be having troubles talking, I would say, during this month of September. Some of you, I don't know why some of you are trying to confront the government, or you're trying to do something when it pertains to the government. It may be revolving around finances, of course, loans. Could be, but I'm getting gambling debts as well. So some of you have to be very careful when it comes to going to the casino, or gambling debt doesn't have to necessarily mean going to the casino. It could be you're trying to bet on something and it's not the right decision right now. Manifesting. Some of you are definitely manifesting. It's like the power of mind to try to bring somebody back into your life. Yeah, Eight of Pentacles. Yeah. This totally gives you the vibe of you're not able to work it out with the one you love because someone made someone made a impulsive decision, and that was it. And I'm talking specifically, like I said, to those of you that are separated from someone. Heavy on the Libra, heavy Venus energy. So Taurus, Libra, whoever this person is. Even for those of you that are in a relationship and you're struggling to work things out, I feel like the cards here are pretty much telling you that you may not be seeing this situation clearly, because right now all you can see is through your emotions and what you're not getting. Because it does look like some type of emotional connection is in trouble. But it does seem like something is not working. It could definitely be an energy here of the way that you've been going about things is not going to work anymore. But it kind of does give me energy again, like I said, with these fives coming through and still energy of like a lot of fixed sign energy coming through. The stubbornness here is probably going to be the reason why this gets cut short. So for some, it's already been cut. Others of you is heading that way very, very, very soon. Probably by the 3rd week of this month. So you have to be very mindful if that's not the direction you want this to go. Some of you are out of work right now. or there's just not much work when it pertains to the field that you're in, even though you're trying to remain positive. But the crazy thing is, even though there's not like a lot of work, it's just for right now, because there is this energy with the Magician that you are technically on the right path. You're in alignment. That's why I said, that's what I was talking about before. Some of you, those of you that were led off of your path, you will find your path again, even though it hurts. Even though your family or your community is not like on board with this, you will find your way back. Like I said, it may take another 3 months. I hope not. Or it may not click until the 3rd week of this month. So it's like you'll get off of your path by being misdirected by somebody, but you'll find home again. Even for those of you that miss home, I do feel like you'll go back home again. I feel like I said this in one of you guys. I feel like I said this in your channel message probably like a couple months back. That I said Leos are going to be going home. It was either that or fire signs, but I know I remember saying something about this. Let me clarify the Magician. There we go. See? Yeah. When it comes to your career, your purpose, you're there. It's no sense. Yeah. It's no sense. You're not wrong when it comes to your purpose. It's no sense in you trying to start this over, because this totally gives me the vibe that you're there. Or like I said, some of you are already there and it's a misdirection that will pull you away, but then you'll come back. But this is definitely when it comes to your career. Love is a different thing. But when it comes to your career, I'm seeing success. There is success here. But it feels like a lot of you guys, you panic whenever things start to slow down and you don't know what to do. You don't know how to respond. And so how do you respond? Oh, let me stick my hand in everything. I got a hand in this pot, this pot. No. Some of you have to get out of that. Stop being led astray by others who really don't like mean you any good. You know, they come into your life to serve as a distraction, but also they come into your life for you to realize how strong you are. Like, I'm not listening to that. I'm not listening to that, you know? So some of you, discernment, tune it out. Booyah. That makes sense. What you need is right in front of you. Again, I'm getting, this is more so of like a career money thing. Okay? Even though right now it's not necessarily looking that great, but it's not going to be like that forever. 2 of Swords. This gives me linguistics. Some of you Leos may be good at multiple languages, or this may be something that you will decide to go into a career as a linguistic person, whatever the name of the person is who is like bilingual and stuff like that. Okay. Trapezoid, math. Some of you Leos are really good at math. So you may go into a career where it deals with finance, which for you, it may seem overwhelming. But again, the path. You knew the path. You knew what path you were supposed to be on before this. But you can't let fear eat you alive. You know, maybe that's why the dog came through. Maybe that dog for you was a pet that you used to lean on, you know, and that dog may have, you know, shown courage through whatever. It doesn't matter. Storms, tornadoes, it doesn't matter. You always look at a dog and they're just like happy to be alive. I'm not moody about anything. I'm excited about life. It doesn't matter what's going on. So that could be an energy of what you need to embody more. See what I say? I said math, didn't I? Math, chefs are coming through, which makes sense because you have to be really good at measurements. Okay. Surgeons, doctors, medical school. Some of you guys may possibly be thinking about going to medical school. Shit, a lawyer. Shockingly, but not shocking. Especially if you have heavy air sign placements. I could see you being diplomatic. Okay. But the King of Swords, he is a master in his craft. He studies for long time periods for a reason, because he wants to be the best. And even if he's not the best, he wants to know. He wants to learn this career, this thing that he's in. He doesn't want to cut corners. He wants to do it the right way. And I feel like that's what some of you Leos have gotten sucked out of. You've gotten sucked into the vacuum of trying to get there as quick as you can by cutting corners. And the King of Swords is like, no, I don't cut corners, especially when he's upright. I don't cut corners. No, I don't do that. I let other people do that. You know, I get here through brain power, hard work. Some of you Leos are definitely very, very street smart. So you have that ability to connect with people from different backgrounds because you try to find a way to relate, you know. Don't lose that part of yourself trying to cut corners. Because why would you shortchange yourself like that? You're smart, you're intelligent, intellectual. So why would you dumb yourself down to go along with this person who's leading you off the path? No, you're smarter than that. And I feel like this also was saying, this is a message to you Leos who are in a connection and you feel like that you can get something better. The King of Swords is telling you, you better think twice because what you need is right in front of you. And I'm off of it. So Leos, this was your reading for September. I hope it helped and see you later.